The Sobranos wildfire in Monterey County has consumed more than 40,000 acres, but it's also sent a huge plume of smoke and ash into the air, and the impact from that massive fire has been spreading throughout the Bay Area. I'm joined now by Tom Flannigan with the Bay Area Air Quality Management District. And Tom, people, especially in the South Bay, have been seeing it and feeling it. How bad is this fire? It's churning out a lot of smoke.
We have had some smoke impacts in the South Bay particularly, but there has been some good news. We've seen the winds shift to the out of the northwest, and that means that the smoke is starting to move away from the Bay Area, which is good news for our residents.
We've had some spare the air days as of late. I think we had a string of 3 or 4 in a row. Right. What is the net effect? I think a lot of people just say, oh, spare the air day, and they don't think too much about it. What should we do when we do hear that there's a spare the air day?
So our spare the air days in the summer are actually related to smog pollution, and we definitely want to see people get out of their cars and stop driving so much on those days. So it's a little different from the wood smoke pollution that we're seeing from the fires themselves. So
how so? Is it smoke, I would think, right?
Yeah, actually, hot temperatures in the summer months combined with the exhaust of the millions of vehicles on our road combine to create smog in the atmosphere. Fire, though, is something different. The smoke and the soot from fires creates a different pollutant that aggravates our lungs. So it's kind of twofold.
For those folks living in Monterey County and in that area, they have, especially north of the fire, right in the direct path. What do you do to protect yourself and not, I mean, you have to live your life, right?
Yeah, you do. And any time we are close to a fire, we are susceptible to breathing in those pollutants from the fire. We encourage people to limit their exposure and to protect their health and the breathing air around them by closing their doors and windows, putting their air conditioner on recirculate so that you're not bringing in that dirty air from the outside. Now, this is only for those that are in the line of smoke. For those of us that are away from it or might not be as impacted as other regions, we still encourage, of course, you to limit your exposure.
And the problem with the exposure is what?
The problem with it is that when you breathe in those air pollutants, it aggravates your lungs, and anyone who has developing lungs, like children, they're additionally impacted, also the elderly, and of course anyone with a respiratory condition, they are directly impacted.
Looking ahead, you mentioned the forecast looks good for the fire and for us in the Bay Area because we are getting that onshore flow. I guess that's the key, right? A change in weather is good.
Yes, a change in weather is good, especially in this case, because we are getting cleaner air moving into our region. But of course, this is a very conditional thing. The fire is meant to burn for weeks longer, so we're going to be monitoring at the Air District the way that the winds are moving and the air pollution throughout the area using our air quality monitors. And people can check to see what the air quality is outside their home by going to sparetheair.org and checking our air quality forecasts.
All right, we will do that. Thank you, sir. Tom Flannigan with the Bay Area Quality Management District.
And now let's get a check on Cast with Rosemary.
All right, sounds good. The marine layer will also be deepening as